Mic check. Hello, everybody. Today I'm gonna kind of start on my new journal that I'm gonna make. I don't know how far I'm gonna get today. Um, I got a lot of stuff in front of me, and during my last stream, I said I was gonna start a new journal. Um, and I was gonna use these envelopes. And I kind of have like a idea of the type of journal I want to make and how I want it to be. So where I normally start is like gathering materials, and this is like the longest part. Once I decide what I want to do, or all the materials I want to use, then it gets a little bit more. It gets easier, but the beginning part when I really don't know what all I want to use, that's the time consuming part. And then also dyeing my papers if I need to dye some, or painting papers. So today, I got it. Like I said, I want to use these envelopes, and I have different lengths. Some of them are larger than other ones, but I'm not going to make a journal this tall. The longest I might make it, where's my ruler? It's probably going to be maybe 9 inches. So part of these taller envelopes are going to be cut down, and I'm probably going to like tear them. But before I get to that part, I don't know. Do I want to make one this long? So that's why I said kind of coming up with the concept, or at least a size. How wide is this? I'm a my camera really can't go any much higher. Hopefully soon I want to have it like mounted on the top, so I'll kind of try to get everything in that I can. So these envelopes are quite tall. um, as you can see, they're about maybe 16. Where's the one on this ruler? Yeah, maybe about 16 inches tall. And I don't want to make anything that tall. So, and I do want to keep the pocket aspect of it. And possibly one side I'll keep as a pocket. Oh, I was going to see how wide this is. So, yeah, width is about 14 inches. Let me see how this look folded. I kind of want to work in like a portrait orientation. So I want it to be longer, the pages, than they are wide. This is not too bad. Keep trying to turn this ruler up. These small numbers are getting to me, and I don't know where my glasses are. Um, so that's about 7 inches. A little bit less than 7 inches. Yeah, because this the 8 right here. So that's pretty good. So 7 by 9. The 9. Where's my other ruler? Okay, this one I can read the numbers a lot better. Let's see. So this one's, yeah, I can read these numbers a lot better. I don't think I want to go that tall. 7 by 12. Maybe I will do something long like this. That might be a good size. Cause 7 by 10 still kind of short. So maybe I will go 7 by 12. I'm sorry, I always forget to introduce myself. I'm Random Art, mixed media artist. Mostly I make books, journal type books. On my last stream, I did like a show and tell of the types of books I make. And I always try to challenge myself to do something a little bit different. So what I'm going to do, I did have a pencil. Because even though I'm not going to keep it this long, I kind of, on some of them, I want to have a long flap over the pocket. I don't know what I did with my pencil. I had it up until I needed it. Let me grab something else, another one. And even though I make a mark with something else, and I'm probably going to cover that up with some collage or something. So this is 12. I'm just going to make a little mark so I kind of have an idea where I want to fold this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So how do I want to do it? Or maybe the first one I do, I'll cut down. And I'm gonna probably tear these down. Let me see, how do I want to do it? This is gonna be the inside. I should have made the mark on the inside. Yeah, let me do that. So, because I'm gonna tear this inside part down and make the fold over long is what I'm gonna do. So let me make the mark on the inside. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. I like to add a lot of complexity to some of the journals I make. I like to add all type of ephemera. Once I get maybe one of these torn down. Okay, I know what I want to do. And like I said, I'm not going to do this perfectly. I'm just kind of getting it where I want it. Let me see. And I might, yeah, because what I wanted to do is, And I'm not going to do all of them today. Right now I'm just trying to get a overall idea of how I want it to look. So yeah, like this one. Oh, I gotta tear this in the middle too. This paper is kind of tough, which is it's a good thing. Let me see if I fold that over, what size is that gonna be? And what I've decided to do with some of them I'm gonna leave as the pocket. So that's pretty good. It's a little bit longer than 12. I could tear it down just a little bit more. I'm kind of relying on my fold that I have in the middle. So that's pretty good. Okay. So this side I'm going to keep as a pocket. And I think I do want it to be long. If I decide to cut it down, if I decide I don't want it this long, I can cut it down later. But for right now, I want it as a pocket, and I want it to have this long flap on this side. And on this side, what I'm gonna do, how am I gonna do it? This side, I think I don't want to be a pocket. Not on, no, let's see. Maybe this one I'll keep as a pocket, but I won't have a flap on this side. I'll just have a, let me straighten this out a little bit. I'll just have a straight cut off side. So let me tear this. This is my week on. This is the one I had the surgery on. So trying to tear with this one is a little bit more difficult than the other side. I might have to come back and tear this with this other one. So this is like the, I think I'm gonna have this on the outside of the first signature. Yeah. See if I could tear this little bitty weird piece off. So this is about the size. I might have to cut that off. I don't know. I'll leave it out. Where my scissors? Oh, yeah, that little piece I'll cut off. Okay. So this is how I want. This is gonna be the first signature, and I'm, like I said, working roughly 12 by 7. Yeah. So once I have like the startings of a concept, and when I say the starting, the size, then I can start gathering my papers and stuff for it. So that's one of the things I like to do. I like to get the idea of the size. So what I'm gonna have to do, because I'm making this so long, is I'm gonna have to put papers together. I kind of like this. Maybe as part, maybe as the cover for this. I think so. So I'm gonna be like collaging on this, and I might jelly print directly on it. But right now I'm just trying to get an idea, and then all of these are not flat, and I kind of don't mind that. So I don't know if I want this one to go directly in the middle. This is going to be another signature. So like this would be the first signature, or this might be inside a signature. So I think I'm gonna cut down 2, and then I'm gonna start gathering the papers that's gonna go inside, because some of them I don't want to have like a flap on them. Let me show you. Some of them I don't even want to be pockets, and even though it's like difficult maybe to see how that's gonna work, once I start binding it and sewing it together, it'll come together. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Let me cut one more down, and then this one I'm just gonna tear it. I'm not gonna leave a I'm not gonna leave a flap on this one, because I don't want to do them all exactly alike, and then some of them are gonna have like shorter flaps. They're not gonna all have long flaps, and some of them are gonna just be straight pockets like that one. So I'm gonna try to pull like most of the stuff that I want to use in here. So even though this is like the beginning of how the journal is going to look, it's also going to be another kind of like show and tell, because I go through my my papers and my ephemeras and kind of get an idea. I was gonna say, I wonder if I could tear this. I gotta do it this way, because this is my strong side. Yeah, I'm trying to line it up to where it's somewhat straight, but it don't have to be perfectly straight. And so on this one, I'm going to have the pocket on this side, but on this side, I'm going to have a flip up. And like when I do it like this, later I'm going to take it on my sewing machine and sew this middle section back up. I might do that on, try to see if I could do that on stream. But this part, I'm going to open all the way up. Or I might have it flip on the outside. I don't know yet. And actually, do I want to cut this side off? That might be the easiest way to tear it open the way I want to tear it open. I might have to just do it with the scissors. I really like the raggedy look. I'm still gonna have to cut that side off. Oh, this is a double bag. That's interesting. I mean, a double envelope. So I don't know if I can open it. Just open it by pulling it. Oh, I can. Okay, cool. So what I would do in this instance is, like I said, take this to my sewing machine and just sew the pocket side closed. And then this can be a flip up. I can do a long piece of art or a long piece of collage. I'll probably draw a figure on this side, and then when the book is closed, it's flipped up, and then when I go through and look at it, and I might not keep it this long. I don't know yet. It just depends on what type of art I end up doing here, how long I'm gonna keep it. So that's what I mean when I say I kind of want some variation. Some of them I'm gonna cut, and then I'm gonna open them up this way and have a flip out this way. So that's what I mean when I say I don't want them all to be exactly the same. So yeah, so I have 2 done so far, and I have about 8 of them that vary in height. So these are going to be the outside of the signatures. When I'm working in a book, I kind of like the outside of the signatures to be similar. And I'm going to do some collaging or painting on these. I haven't decided yet. I'm just starting the book. And so, like I said, once I get like a size, then the next thing would be to start gathering my supplies. And part of that is going to be coffee dyeing and tea staining papers. But I also like first try to go through like the stuff that I already have, and then I like to keep them in these clear envelopes, and just put the project together. But I'll only put the papers in here. So like I said, today is going to be kind of like another show and tell, but it's going to be different. It's going to go through some of like my collections of papers, and while I'm deciding what I want to use in this book. And like the regular, like where's my glue? Oh, here's a glue stick. Cause my papers that are like regular 8x10 letter size, I'm gonna put some of those together. Like this one is a tea stain paper. I got too much stuff on my desk, and that's another thing. That's how I start, with too much stuff on my desk, and then I start gathering like, yeah, this is a tea stain paper. I took like a tea bag and wet it and folded the paper around it, so that's why I made like the indentions of like the tea bag. And I might have sprayed it with some tea, or either I dipped it in some tea, but I'm gonna make some more of this on stream. But I know I want to use this. I kind of been saving this to use it, and it's like torn in places, but I really like that. I like how textured and irregular and even the coloration is irregular. I like how that is. So I've been saving that, so I'm gonna use it in this book. And like I said, I'm probably gonna use this one too. This is one of like the pieces that I rusted with some washers. This might have been like where I had, a lot of times I'll photocopy French letters if I don't want to use the original, and I'll coffee dye that, and it runs, the ink runs. So this is probably what this is, or something that I printed, but you can see where how the rusting takes. And I'm also going to do some more of this because I don't have a lot here. A lot of my stuff is in storage because I had to move, and so some of it is still in storage up north where I've moved from. So I got to make some more, and I do have all my rusting stuff here. But what I was trying to say is, like, see how these are too short? I mean, they're not wide enough. So what I'll probably end up doing, they don't necessarily have to be the same length, But some of them I do want to be like the whole distance across. So I'll probably put like two pieces together and glue them, and then maybe go back later with my sewing machine. So I know I'm gonna use this one. This one was a coffee dyed. I don't know what kind of paper this is. I don't think this is regular copy paper. It feels a little bit different than regular coffee paper, but yeah. So I've been saving all of these rusted bits. These like where it's black, a lot of times I'll put a washer down and I'll spray the what I use to rust papers, which is vinegar and peroxide and water, and I'll put some ink, like maybe in the middle, or just squirt some ink somewhere on the paper, and that's what this is. That's what this black part is where I put some ink. Um, some of this type of ink. Um, yeah, I'll squirt some out. Usually I'll put it like in the middle, and that's kind of what this is. This is some of the ink diluted with some of the rusting water. So yeah, I've been saving these to use them. So I'm gonna use them in this book. That's why I said this is gonna be kind of like a show and tell also of some of the stuff I'm gonna be using, and also some of the techniques and processes I'll be doing on stream as I'm working on this journal. Cause I'm gonna use some just straight in the book, but then I'm gonna also use some as collage bits. These papers are kind of thick for collaging, and I have washers and metal bits of all different sizes. So that's what some of the shapes you see are. But so yeah, this is some of the rusted papers, and I can kind of tell what was on top of what. I think this one was on top of this, because as you can see, this circle is really faint, but it's the same as this circle. So that was like a big washer that I used. So yeah, I'm gonna use all these rusted papers. I've been I I'm sure I have more than this in storage, but I think these are all the ones that I have here. And yeah, there's some more of that ink that I poured on the washers. I like this. So I might glue some of this today. If not, we'll probably start doing a gluing the papers together tomorrow. And then even though this one is torn, it gives it a lot of personality, and I like that. I'm definitely gonna use this piece, and I might like glue two pieces together, and like leave this opening in the middle or something like that, because that'll give it a lot of personality to have like this tear in the middle, unless I use it as, collage over some of the brown paper bag. But I don't know yet. Right now we're in the concepting stage and the finding out what I'm going to use. And a lot of times I've pulled some of these papers, but they didn't make it into the last book. So hopefully they all make it into this book. And then, one of the things about rusting, even though you might have like an idea, it's still very unpredictable, and you get rusted bits in places you didn't you didn't imagine. Like this has a lot of rust spots on it. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, which is cool. And the rusting doesn't come off; it stays permanently on the papers and on the fabric, because I've rusted fabric too, cotton fabrics, silk fabrics, they come out really, really nice. So yeah, here you can see where the washes actually were, and then it goes through to the back side, so it just had a little rust spot go through to the back side. I don't know. If I use this one, I will probably jelly print on top of it because it doesn't have a lot going on. So I'm gonna put that over there with my plain papers to like, or add more coffee dye to them. But these I can use as is. This one I can kind of use as is too, even though it doesn't, it's not completely solid. I like how it looks. I would probably have to coffee dye or paint or collage on the back. So I know I'm going to use these. And what I want to pick is like a variety of papers. Where's the other papers I had? So I want to use some frosted papers, but I also want to use some of my receipts and stuff. So that's why I said this is going to be kind of like a show and tell of some of my papers. I don't know if I used that one. I'm really going toward, but this, like I see this little tab sticking out, and immediately I know I want that, whatever it is. Yeah. And I might put this actually this way and just fold it and maybe add something else to the edge. But I don't know, because the papers don't have to be, all of them don't have to be the total width. So I will probably definitely want this tab to hang out here. So I will probably fold that like that, so that it ensures that that tab is sticking out. So yeah. So I'm definitely gonna use that one. And like some of the thinner papers or the older papers, I'll probably just use those as collage. I'm probably gonna use this whole stack because there's a lot of variation in this stack. Let me pull it out. Maybe not so much of these because I have a lot of these. And then I can also maybe attach, instead of attaching just regular stained paper, I could also attach like something like this together, or cut it down. Let me move this one out of the way. I don't know. That's gonna go back to the once I start putting everything together. But this piece definitely, I already know how I want it to go. That's why I went ahead and folded it. Yeah. And then I might just leave this that size, or I might attach something to it. I'm not sure yet, but I know I'm gonna use it. So, and then I have some, is this a big one? Okay, good, perfect. I wanted some that were taller. Yes, this is perfect. And actually, this is wide enough. Let me see how it look close. It would be a little bit taller. I don't know if I would cut it down though. I might just go ahead and let it stick out like that. I don't know yet. I'm definitely gonna use it though. So I might try to put one signature together with the possibility of pages. I got my glue stick, so I can start gluing some papers together, but let me gather a few more, because I know I want to work with not just the stained papers, but colored papers. This right here, I'm gonna go ahead and slide this in my empty envelope, because I know I'm using these. And then this, oh, this is a pad of paper, so maybe I'll just use a couple of them, because I want a lot of variety. This would be good for collage. That's why I said I might end up using this whole stack, but actually I just want to make sure I have like variety. So that's 3 of them, and then I put the rest back. These are different, yeah, so I'll use a couple of these. And how many? I just have, well, I just have 2. I think I'll use both of them. And what I don't end up using, and like I said, I had a couple of sheets of this, so, and that's kind of how I start gathering my papers. And while I'm gathering book pages, but I'm also gathering collage stuff at the same time, because like this paper, which I got some here, it's very thin. It's too thin. I don't know if you can see through it or tell how thin it is, but it's too thin to be a page. So I would either have to, you know, first collage this on something, or I would have to back it with another thin piece to make it thick enough. Because it's kind of like tracing paper, so it's kind of thin like that. So that's why I said while I'm gathering all different types of papers. I'm probably not going to put this back in. I'll just put it back in the envelope that it was in. I want any of this. All of this, the rest of this is really thin. No, I'm not going to use any of that. And it's certain stuff that I know I want to use. I've been trying to figure out a way to use these book binds. This is an envelope I had got from Robin McClendon. She's the first one that introduced me into like rusting on paper and stuff. So I've been looking for an opportunity to use this, and since it's tall, and I'm keeping my paper out, one of my signatures out to like get a sense of height and width. Oh yeah, this will work good in here. I might have to cut it down. Let me see. Yeah, I don't want, if I do have something sticking out, I don't want it sticking out that far. So I might have to like fold this in and have it be like a flip out or something. But I definitely want to use that. And I'm probably not going to put everything in the envelope now, because that's like time consuming. I want to get to more gathering. So I think for right now, I'm just probably going to lay everything up here. But like I said, I've been trying to figure out a way to use some of these book bindings. It might make an interesting cover or a tab of some sort. Like if I put it on the end of a page. So a lot of the books that I get, they come already like pretty much almost torn to pieces. And I like to use the pages, but I also like to keep the backs of them to try to use it. So this might go on the cover, but I'm thinking that I might use it as a tab. Maybe at the front of each of some of the signatures. I don't know. So that's why I said I'm in the like concept stage and idea stage. This one's pretty thin, so I can easily use this as collage. I don't know about this. This is like the inside of a book, and it didn't even have a back on it. It just had this. I don't know if I could use that part, but the rest of it, and then like this was like, this came off. It wasn't even attached to the book board anymore. So all this stuff will make interesting collage. And this was the same way. This one wasn't attached to the book board either. It was just this and some loose papers. Oh, I think I purchased this. And this is like some, what do you call it? Prescriptions pads, and they were glued to this backing. I don't know what kind of, or maybe it was in a book or something, and somebody pre-cut it. So this is good and long. Yeah, I'm going to use all of this some kind of way. A lot of my stuff like this, if I don't find it at an antique store, I get it on Etsy. I don't know if I'm gonna use, well, I don't know. I like this, but this would be good collage. Okay. Some of this I might use. At first I was saying maybe I won't use any because most of it is really thin. I do kind of like these little cut off pieces though. And I really like the notebook page paper ones. Okay, yeah, I am going to use that. I think that's all from that section I want to use. And then even I have some papers that are like hard watercolor paper. Like these are thick watercolor paper. Let me put this in my stack. But yeah, a handwriting page. Looks like math homework. And this is still kind of thin, so I would definitely have to use it as collage, as is this one. So all of these are relatively thin, so I have to use these as collage. A lot of times I gather too much stuff. Well, sometimes I gather too much stuff because I try to make myself use stuff that I've been saving up. Like all of this is watercolor paper that I dyed or jelly printed, or and I've used the other part of it, so I've cut it down. So these are like scraps, but these are really thick. Oh yeah, I want to use this piece. Yep, that's going in the stack. I kind of like this too. Yeah, that's going in the stack. Some of these might be too thick to use unless I use them. I kind of like this too. Unless I use them as a tab or something, or a pocket. I'm going to try to use that one too. I don't know about any of the rest of them. I do like this, but this is really thick. I'll try it. Because I don't mind like pulling too much stuff. I'd rather have too much than too little. I really like this. Yeah, I really like this piece. All these little spots and stuff on there. So some of them might be like a focal point. And I'll just have, I like this too. It's something about circles and dots and contrast, because I like the way the black dots are contrasting with this. Something about contrast that I really like. Okay, that's it for that stack. But I might try to use this piece. I'll see. And I'm just gonna put it in there, back in here. So yeah, like I said, I have a lot of stuff. I pulled this out earlier. I don't know if this is gonna make it. I kind of like it, but then I kind of don't. I don't know. I'll see. This is another one with painted papers and stuff. Jelly prints. I don't know. And all of this is painted. Some of it is like watered down paint. Like sometimes I put paint on the jelly plate and spray it with water, so it looks like watercolor, but it's still all actual paint. I don't know if you can see like the gold and glimmer on this. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I might try to use that. I like this side, but I'm not too crazy about this side. But I could always collage on this. And then some of the pages that are maybe like single pages that I might not want to fold over, I might just like attach it with some fabric. This was something I was doing. I don't remember what. I think I don't like that. What I might try to do is go and do one signature. I think I got enough stuff to start with. This is also some of that thick watercolor paper. But it's coffee dyed and tea dyed. Like this is another one that I fold over a tea bag. I do like this one. So let's see if I can use that one. Um, the only thing I don't know is, I don't know. Let me see if I can find some more color paper, because I think let me put this back. What was I gonna say? I think I want to have like connected to the more coffee dye paper. I think I want to have something. You know what? I'm just gonna fold some of them. I'm gonna try to see if I could do at least one signature, or get an idea of how I want the signature to go. So what I would probably do, but I still have more papers I'm gonna go through. I want to make sure this circle is on one page size. So and I'm trying to fold it some way straight. What, that yellow piece? Did I put that up? Yeah. I'm actually going to turn this way. So I would want that to be out. So that to be that way. I think I'm gonna fold these a little bit smaller, because as you get the pages, as you get more and more pages, I don't want it too close to the end. So that one, I would attach that to it and then cut off the rest. Yeah. So I'm trying to make sure I have most of the part that I want to keep in. So gluing this, I'm not going to glue it perfectly, because I already know that I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and kind of probably sew a couple lines. Yeah, I want to make sure I keep this. But then again, do I want it to, I want to make sure I see that. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I saw that. So I have glue here in the middle. I know what. Where's one of those thin pages? Because there's not a lot going on here. I'm trying to make sure this doesn't glue closed, but I do want to tear this. think I want the pages, most of them, to fall like inside it, the book, like this. Let me see. I might have to refold it, but I don't mind. This is not going to be perfect. Okay. Oh yeah, that lines up pretty good. So like this is the first page. I'm trying to, oh, what I could do, I was gonna say I could put a piece of washi tape here. I just don't want this to stick together. So I'm kind of trying to let it air dry. And then this will go inside. Maybe in the middle. I know I want this tab to stick out. I just keep feeling this make sure that the glue is not still tacky. So that's gonna be first page. And I'm probably gonna put maybe 8 pages. Trying to see if I can find some more that's more like coffee dyed rather than rusted. Oh, I had already assembled these pages because I wanted to use, I know I wanted to use this ledger paper. And I want to use this too. This was just me spraying through a stencil with some water and some ink, and some spray inks. I think I want to use this as collage though. So, and I think what I'm going to do to this one is I'm going to attach something at the top. So first let me tear this kind of like the same size as this one. So depending on how far we get today, I said I was going to start this tomorrow, but I'm kind of eager. I mean, start this part tomorrow, but I'm kind of eager to kind of go ahead and start today. And tomorrow I might just do some jelly printing, depending on how many painted papers we find today. So I know I'm gonna, because I want some short pages, but the majority of the pages I want them to be regular height, and I'm kind of deeming this height is pretty much my regular height. So I'm gonna grab some washi tape right quick, because some of it I can hold with washi tape. Because this one, let me see. Or do I want to just find something else that's... This turned out to be the perfect size for 1/2 of this page. I'm gonna glue it. I'm not gonna get, I'm just gonna glue it. But I'm just gonna, ooh, I like this side better. So yeah, this is on this fold perfectly, even though I don't know if that's going to be the middle fold yet. So I'm trying to see how much I'm willing to glue. Okay, let me see if I could just get the edge. I can glue on this. Oh, uh-oh. The sticky part of the envelope is sticking to it. I forgot about that. And then let me fold it in the middle. That's kind of like the middle. I'm gonna wait till it's dry and then I'm gonna fold it. So I got 2 pages. And I'm gonna find something else to go here. Probably. I might do it, or I might leave it like that and worry about that when I start collaging. I think I'm gonna use just this regular, and I'm gonna add some color to this. Right now I'm just kind of getting a sense of how I want it to go. So I think I'm not gonna bother folding them. I'm gonna use this like this. I kind of want to use all of this. So where's the half point of my envelope? Yeah, I'm gonna use this exactly like this. So that's 4 pages. I'm gonna use one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had I drew this a long time ago, and I think I'm gonna use this in here also. I don't think I'm gonna use these. I kind of want to use that. And I kind of want to use these cards that I painted. Even if I use them as a tab or something. Oh. gonna use that. That was my glue top. Just fell on the floor. This was like a scan of a collage I did with book page. That'll make a nice focal point. Yeah, I'm gonna use those. And that. This is also another envelope that I collected with stuff that I think I wanted to use in this book. Put this to the side. So I'm gonna kind of go through here and pick out the stuff that I think I want to use. This is a napkin. I like to use napkins in my work. This is also a photocopy. The small stuff, the small collage stuff, I know I'm not going to use that. I have some more of these somewhere. And see, like, this is a piece that I already used. And doing the rusting process, it got this hole in it. So I want to use that. I want to use this. And this is allowing me to use a lot of my taller stuff that I normally don't get to use. I'm going to use this. This was also from Robin McClendon. This was one of the folders that I used part of it in the book, and then I just had that part left. So a lot of this stuff I knew I already wanted to use. These will make good tabs. That I don't know about that. I also got this from Robin McClendon. So I've been itching for a chance to use that, as well as these papers. So yeah, like I said, a lot of this was already collected. Is this is an envelope. I think this is an envelope. Yeah. So this was another one of those coffee dyed papers I had. I might use it. This was also a rusted piece. I think I was working with like a leaf or some type of branch. I don't know if you could see it. See how in the middle that looks like a branch? So yeah, I'm gonna use this. I think I'm gonna glue that to one of those pieces of paper. This is tracing paper. A lot of times when you coffee dot it, it gets crunchy like. So yeah, I've been looking for an opportunity to use a lot of this stuff. I think I got this popcorn bag also from Robin. I keep saying Robin McClendon. She's on YouTube. She's on Instagram. She does a lot of videos on YouTube. So, and she goes by her name, Robin McClendon. So if you're looking for, she does a lot of grungy stuff. She does coffee dyeing. A lot of the stuff that I like to do, she also does. I'm going to use this as collage. Even though I really like color, I don't know. I might do like a limited color palette. Yeah, I'm going to use all of this stuff. Like I said, I had kind of pre-gathered some of this stuff for a book, and it didn't make it into the book. I use that for collage. This is a jelly printed paper. Did I just do one side? Yeah, I think I just did one side. So I would either use this as collage, or I would jelly print the other side. As well as this one. Oh, this is two of them. These are also jelly prints. So, yeah, this is a jelly print. As well as this. I want to do some more of this. How you do this jelly print is you take a stamp. This is, I use some of my hand carved stamps, and you ink it and stamp it on the jelly plate and let it dry a little bit, and then go over it with some translucent paints, and then you can pour that up on a jelly plate, and it gives a look that you couldn't get by directly stamping on the paper and then just painting over it. It's more unpredictable. So that's why I like doing it on a jelly plate. So I'm going to use those as well as these. So all of this is going to be collage. And then these can also go on some of the ends of the papers. If I don't have one that's long enough. It's library card. So actually, I do have enough stuff to start. And then this, I like to, like if I have scraps of paper left, I like to take them and sew them together and then use them. And then this is some of the ends that I cut off, that I'm probably going to make into a tab or collage it on the paper some kind of way. I might use some of these envelopes, but I'm not sure yet. I don't know if this is going to be that kind of book. That's coffee dyed. That one doesn't have anything. So this is like one of the ones that I sewed together. Some of the scraps, pieces of jelly print. So I might use that. And I'm going to use this drawing in there. These are envelopes. I'm not going to use these in this book. No, I'm not going to use these. I don't think I will. No. I don't know. So honestly, I could just take this small batch and put this in another envelope and go ahead and fill this one up. All of this is collage. Put this all back in here as stuff I know I'm going to use. I got an idea for this. How long is this? Oh, okay. How long is this? I think I'm gonna put this together and make it into a page. And then I might have to find one of them other long strips. So let me glue this. Once I don't have all my stuff that I'm going through on my desk, I'll find it easier to maneuver. I'm gonna put it on the back part and glue it. Yeah. Hopefully you're not finding this too confusing. A lot of people just say they want to see how I work. This is honestly how I start most journals. I start off with some type of concept of the type of journal I want to make, and then I start gathering the pages. Let me see if I can glue this in a little bit so I won't have a glue edge sticking out. So let me glue it about to there. Good thing I have straight lines to help me out. Yeah. To get it somewhat straight. Okay. So if I'm being honest, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I think I'm gonna do 8 pages. Trying to see if I can find those ledger strips. That's what I was looking for. That's it, kind of exactly what I saved these pieces for. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be exactly the same width as the other one. I kind of want the scantron part to be showing. So maybe I'll do that on the side that's not that pretty. Or I'll use one of the plainer strips. Yeah. Let's use this strip that's not that and let me see if I could just get it mostly on the edge this time. Today has been like a hectic day. I really wanted to get started earlier than I did get started. Because I kind of wanted to do a second stream. I wanted to stream, I also wanted to stream a game. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that today. So, I think this one is dry enough to fold it. this paper is still kind of fragile. Yeah. I don't mind that this doesn't have the whole piece at the top. So that's gonna go inside or outside. And then once this one dries, I'll fold that one. And since I'm in the beginning stages, anything can change. Now I'm kind of thinking that I want it to be a little bit shorter. Maybe the height of this. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it until I decide. Cause honestly, I like it when my pages kind of peek out a little bit. So I might cut this down a little bit more. And have it more or less this height. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to make a slight mark. And then I'm still going to probably leave that the whole distance until I decide I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, until I decide how long I want the flap to be. Sorry about that. The glue stick wants some attention. I don't think I can get to the top. Oh, I might be able to get to it. Okay. So yeah, I like this as a height better, I think. Yeah, I like this better. Yeah, I like that much better. So this is the size I'm gonna go with. And as you can see, the papers, I'm not starting with a blank page. So, put this inside here. So, I'm making, I've already got like a head start on the design of the page. So, I can let some of this show through, or I can collage over the whole thing. But pages like this, I probably wouldn't collage over the whole thing, because I like a lot of this ledger. I like what's going on here. But like, you know, and also with this, but I know I will probably cover like the white edges and stuff like that. But like this is already pretty much collaged, so I can decide to add to it or leave it as is. And then this, oh yeah, this is almost perfect. I might cut it down just a little bit. Or I can leave it. Let me see. How much would it stick out? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. And then this, I already know I'm going to use this. And then all I need is some jelly printed papers. That up there. Okay. So it's coming together. So let me eliminate some more stuff that I know that I'm probably not going to use, and then I can have it all off my desk next time. Let's see, am I going to use any of this? See, all of these long papers, I really don't ever get a chance to use them because I don't make books this long. This is super thin. I don't think this is strong enough to be a page. But I'm gonna use it probably as collage. This is an envelope that's open. I could use this because I could put this in the center. I'll show you in just a minute. Not gonna use that. I might use this as well as that one. I really love this envelope. I think I got this from Robin too. Some of her eco dyeing. I might use that one. Some of these what was I gonna say? Some of these sellers I might can find. Oh, I'm not gonna use that. I was trying to see what that was. Uh, trying. Some of these might have like 1 or 2 pages. This would be nice for collage, as well as this. Oh, that one too. Maybe I will use these. I know this is ink and like some doodles I've done. Oh, that one's cute. I'm trying to avoid pulling everything out. Some of the stuff I kind of know that I'm not gonna use, but I kind of want to use some of these envelopes, and I don't know. Like I might use that one. And I think these are just empty envelopes. I would probably coffee dye it. And they already have stamps on them. I like that one. I'm just kind of going through seeing some that I might like. I'm kind of looking for like the ones that are a little bit more unusual. That's kind of pretty. Another reason why I kind of do this first, especially if I want to do a, what do you call it? A limited color palette. Without doing this, I won't know like what kind of colors to use. I'm gonna use that one. Kind of flip through. That one is nice. That one is nice. It's a lot of nice ones in here. I'm gonna save some of them for another book though. Maybe I'll put one of the long ones back so I can have a variation in height. Let's use that one. How you doing? Always a smile. How you doing? Oh my goodness, it's been so long. I know. I'm trying to be back. I'm starting on my new journal for 2026. So right now I'm kind of like going through stuff that I may use in the book, and kind of eliminating stuff that I know I'm not going to use. I'm well, thanks. I love your journals. Thank you so much. Oh, this is nice. I'm pretty sure this is a copy of something, a printout from the printer of an original. I'm glad you're doing well. That's kind of pretty. This might could find its way in there, maybe as a pocket. So far all I've done, I wonder where you went. I missed you. Maybe it was me. No, I had shoulder surgery. I had an injury and it just got worse. So that's where I've been, and I'm slowly recovering. So that's why I've been kind of like haven't really been doing that many art streams. I've been doing some gaming streams because a lot of the times they're not as physical as like jelly printing and stuff like that. But I'm trying to do like maybe a couple art streams a week and then some gaming streams. But I have a lot of these. I haven't been shopping a lot lately, but I've been saving these to use. So I'm using these Amazon envelope thingies as part of the journal. I'm glad you're getting better. Thank you so much. And then I'm doing my concept, so that's why I'm like going through the different pages to see what I want to use. So far I've already started one signature by gluing papers together. I think I'm gonna use this envelope too in the middle. So I think I'm gonna sew through it and then close it. I don't know, do I want to keep it open? I'm trying to figure out how this envelope goes. Okay, this is the top. So I would open it like this and sew through it and then glue it back together. Or I can keep it open and put some more papers in it. But yes, I'm getting better. I'm just trying not to rush myself and overdo it, even though I'm itching to get back to it. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing today, trying to see what I'm gonna use or might use, because everything I pull doesn't always make it into the journal. That's a piece of tracing paper. I might continue to like rust that and maybe use that. You're so creative. Thank you. I try to be. I try to come up with some stuff I haven't done before. Oh, here goes a nice piece of coffee dyed paper. I'll use that one. So I'm trying to, since I had all of these envelopes, I've been telling like my family members not to throw them away. And a few that I have, I've been holding on to them. So I said, let me use these. I don't have that many. I have about maybe 6 or 8 of them. So I don't know if I'm going to make more signatures than I have of these. I might make, like, alternate, make every other one have these as the outside cover. And I haven't decided yet how many pages I'm going to have in each signature. So right now, I have 4. I think I want to do at least 6 to 8 pages in the signature. So I'm just kind of eliminating stuff and going through all my little envelopes like this and pulling stuff out that I haven't had an opportunity to use. I don't think I'm gonna use anything in here. Oh, I might use this. I had made a copy of some of my faces. These are some of the copies of some of them here. But on this one, I copied it on, this is not a dictionary paper. I forgot what this type of page is called. But I started drawing a face over the copies of the faces. So I might use this, collage this in the book. So, yeah, that's interesting. So that's all I'm doing today. And then eventually I'll get to jelly printing. But I'm glad to see, you know, the names of some of the people from the community. I missed y'all too. Y'all just don't know. I tried to and I might use this too as a pocket. Cut this in half and use this as a pocket. I don't know. Will I be able to use it without cutting it off? Maybe, yeah. Okay, so I can make 2 pockets. So I'm glad when I see people stop by, and I really appreciate it. So I'm pulling stuff, but I'm also getting the ideas. So like this would be a nice pocket. Yeah, that would be a cute pocket. And then if I do it on the outside, I really can just glue this over. And I'll probably put something across the top or tear it off. Yeah, I think that'll be a neat little pocket. Some of the envelope I'll probably let show through, but some of it I'm going to collage over. Or I might not do much on the inside and then collage on the outside. But that'll make a nice pocket. I will probably have to glue it to something else because this isn't very thick paper. The only thing that's making it thick is the painting that I've done on top of it. Okay, so that's going to be a pocket on there. And then I'm also having fun going through my stuff. My papers that I haven't seen in a while. I'm going to have way too much for this book. I already know. This is kind of too fragile. Ooh, I do like this. Oh, I really like this. But I will probably want at least the words to show too. Or maybe I'll tear the words off and use that on another page. I don't know. I like that. So I'm pretty sure I purchased this paper pack from somebody else. Probably on Etsy. Oh, this could be another page in the book. And every time I find something that's like wide enough to go in here as a full page. Now, do I want to just cut it and refold it, or do I just want to... Oh, I could just fold the edges in like this. That's what I think I want to do, because I kind of want the numbers to be on there. I'm trying to make sure I'm getting the right width. Yeah, because I kind of want the numbers. I want to keep the numbers. So I'll either just fold it over and leave it as a flip out, or I'll fold it over and glue it down. And maybe I'll fold this one this way, because, or do I want to go on the inside? I'm kind of using this line as a guide. So I'm kind of cheating a little bit so I can get it straight by using this red line as a guide. Okay, so this might have to go in another one, because I don't think I want, or let me see, I can put it out here. And of course I'm going to have some jelly printed papers in here. Okay, that's looking good. Maybe one more sheet, and that'll be thick enough. Because once you add the collage, then it's really going to be thick enough. Okay. I really like this. This is a wide piece too. But I'll put this in one of the other ones. These are all wide papers. This is too fragile, I think. Maybe. I'll try it. I know this is too fragile. That looks fun. This one. I like to have some unexpected stuff, like you going through all this grungy stuff and then you come to this fun book page. Oh yeah, I'm gonna use this too. I think this will stand as a page. I think I got enough line stuff in this one, so now I need some color. This is going in here. I don't know where. I mean, this is going in this signature. I don't know how yet, but I'm gonna put it in there. So now I need to see if I have any jelly prints I can use. I don't know if this is a jelly print or a copy of a jelly print, because I copy some of my jelly prints. Oh, this a jelly print. So Because I don't know if I want to cut this one or if I just want to fold it in. Uh-oh. I think this is a copy of a jelly print. Oh, be right back. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm using this. So this could break up some of the white lines. Okay. So I'm gonna fold that one that way. And even if I did it where it's in a little bit, that's good to have some variation of the page width. Okay. And then I probably need at least one more page with some color. Let me look through these right quick. Some of these are original jelly prints, and some of these are copies of a jelly print. Let me close this and see what else I can get. And then I'm gonna put that pocket on the outside. I'm not gonna pre-sew the signature yet because I want to do my so this is an original jelly print. I like to make copies of this one and use it. So I might make some more copies and then use the original. This was probably like a wipe off page. I'm not too impressed with this one. I like the colors. I really like this shimmery, shiny stuff right here. So this is a copy of a jelly print. I just probably went over either with some paint or with some jelly, with some more jelly printing. But it's not, it's kind of flat. That's why I know it's a copy. This is a coffee stained paper. I'm going to use this probably in the next signature. I'm trying to see. I think this is an actual collage. Some of them are copies of work I've done, so I don't know. But I think this is an actual collage. And then I jelly printed on top of it once it dried. This is a copy. Isn't it? I don't know why I glued that together. But yeah, this is a copy of a jelly print. Maybe to make it stronger. Yeah, these are all copies. Then I went over them, so that's why it's hard to tell if they're actual originals. I think I might use that one. That one would have to be collage because it's not. It doesn't. It's not double sided as well as that one. This one I could use because it's coffee dyed, and it's also a copy of a jelly print. Sometimes I copy the jelly print and then I use the original, but sometimes I might use that one. So that's why I'm trying to fill them. This is some of that watercolor paper. I'm not going to use that piece. And then this, are these? Yeah, these are both copies. But they're not, they don't have anything on the back. And then I know this is copies of French letters. I'm not going to do anything with that until after I coffee dye it. But let's use this piece. And this one, I'm going to glue another piece to it so I can have a full sheet. And then I'm going to call this signature done. But you know what? I could glue one of those French letters to it. And then come back and add some, well, I don't know. I think I'm gonna add this to this. Even though it's white on the back, I can always add collage completely over the back. I don't know. I just don't know. I do know that this is going in there, but I do kind of want to connect something to it. What if I do that? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So let me try to glue this to it. I might fold it over just a little bit more so I can make sure. But then again, I was gonna say so I can make sure I've attached it the whole distance, because up here it's just grabbing just the corner. I think that'll be fine. So where's my glue stick? Yeah, that'll be interesting. trying to see how to, I'm gonna have to glue it on this side. I'm probably gonna have to go back with some liquid glue and put it under the edges. Right now I'm just trying to get it to stick on here as much as I can. Okay. So that's gonna be all the pages for this signature. So I have one color page here. And I think I'm gonna put the first color page here. Now I might change the order of these pages later, but for right now, this is what I have. So this is the front, the first page. Of course, like I said, I'm gonna glue it down better, and then you open it up. And I'm probably gonna add something to this edge so it's not so fragile at the top. Then you open it up, and then you have this page, and then this page, and then this page. And I'll be adding more color with collage where I feel it's necessary. This has to be like freestanding. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I want to have both of these in here. So I don't know how I'm gonna attach it yet. Probably hinge it some type of way with some washi tape or something like that, so I can get take advantage of both sides of that. And then this, did I forget how it goes? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna sew it in the middle and either close the envelope or leave it open. I haven't decided yet. And then this is the next page. And that's the next page. And then this one is gonna be a half page. I don't know, I might leave it on the bottom or I might put this in the middle. And then you have this little piece, which I'll probably add something to later when I'm working in this signature. And then this, and again I might add something up here, I might leave it. I like when you have stuff like peeking through, so it, like when someone's looking at your book, it makes them wanna, when they see stuff, they wanna go investigate and see what's below. So I like having interesting things like that where it makes someone that's looking at your book want to go discover more. So that's what we got so far in this first signature. And so the other one, I need to cut this one down to this height. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So this is going to be a pocket here on this side, and then it's also going to be a pocket on the back side, which is what I like normally do, is like put papers in there to collage when I pre-sew the signatures. So I like that starting off. So let me cut this one down. Let me just use this to mark it. And if it's off a little bit, that's gonna be fine. If they're not exactly the same height, that's gonna be fine. So let me get this. And remember, this one is the one that has the flip out part. I'm trying to grab this with my strong arm. Okay. Okay, so that's signature number 1. And then this is going to be signature number 2. And I'm pretty much going to start it the same way. I think for this one, I'll have this be the shorter page. I think I'm gonna have this be even. So let's start with that page. Oh, I forgot that this is gonna be my pocket. Oh, this isn't the one. What I do with it? I'll find it when I move some of the other papers. But I'm also going to use this as a pocket, but I'll use that in another one. So for that one, I'm going to start with this page. Let's start with this page. Even though this one has a more texture, I kind of like this side more. You're going to see both sides. I don't know, or should I just use it as so I can use the whole thing? I think I will. So I'm going to have 2 short pages. That way I can use all of it. I don't have to glue over any of it unless I decide to do some collaging on it. Okay, so that's going to be a short page. So now I need to make some more big pages. What's this? I think this might be too thin. That one might have to be a collage. I'm looking for some more pages that I can glue together to make a full sheet. So this is one I can glue together. So I want most of this page to be on here. So I'm just gonna glue the very edge. And like where I have pages like lifting up and stuff, I'm gonna go back and glue those with like a liquid glue later. I'm just trying to make sure it's right now that it's attached. I'm trying to see where I could tear this, and the only way to do it is to like see the width underneath at the bottom. This isn't going to be too difficult to tear, so I could tear this. I'm trying to tear it a little bit shorter. Okay, and then once it dries, I'll fold it over. I am going to use this. And let me see, what can I glue to this one? Maybe that's super thick. That'd be a good pocket. Trying to look for something that's painted on both sides. Actually, no. I was gonna say I have 2 pages of this. I could just glue them 2 together, but that might be too much. I'll glue this to that one. Let's glue it here. I'm not gonna do a real long stream today. I'm gonna try to do a longer stream tomorrow. And like I said, I may come back tonight and do a game. It just depends on how I feel. And let me tear this one. I think I'm gonna flip that one the other way once I tear it. Needed that to measure where I need to tear it. So I got 2 full sheets. That's too long. I think I'm going to take advantage of that natural fold. Put this on the outside for now. I don't know if I'm gonna use this one. I think I'm gonna use rather this one here, because I know I want to use this ledger here. Oh, this is the one I keep picking up because I say it's too thin. I don't know. It's so fragile. I might can just glue some fabric. Let me cut it down. I might end up using it. I might just glue some fabric on this back end, and then since I'm gonna collage on the papers, that'll make it a little bit stronger. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I could use it. I just know that I have to reinforce the fold with some fabric. I was trying to see if the natural lines would help me out with making it straight, but they're so thin I can't see them. So let me see. Trying to see if I can find a piece of thin silk. This might work. Yeah. This is some silk that I jelly printed on a jelly plate using paint and fabric medium. Yeah. I like that this already has a natural fold. I just want it to be stronger. So I'm just gonna start in the middle and then kind of work my way out. so I can lay it down. And then, like I said, I probably, if anything is not laying down, like on the edges, I'll come back with some liquid glue. It's just that this will hold it down. And this will stay glued with this glue. I don't even know if that makes sense what I just said. It's not gonna come loose. This is very strong glue, but I'm saying like the edges, those I'll just probably come back with some liquid glue, but liquid glue takes a little bit longer to dry, so that's why I'm just gluing it with the glue stick, but it will stay permanent even with the glue stick. Once it's dry, it's not gonna come up, is what I'm trying to say. And then it's not perfectly straight. Let me see if I can make it straighter. While it's still wet. Let me see. That's a little bit straighter. Just move it over a little bit in the middle. See, it's already kind of tacky. That's better. Yeah, that's a lot better. So I might put this in the middle. I don't know where I'm gonna put the pages yet. I'm just trying to see how it's gonna look. Okay. And then this one, I kind of wanted to use this. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop right here and pick this up tomorrow. What I might do, it depends on how I feel later, if I want to like prep the other signatures. Because I think I want to jelly print tomorrow. So far we have the workings of 2 signatures. This one has all the pages that I'm gonna put in it. I'm not gonna add any more pages to this one, I don't think. So I like this one a lot already. And then I haven't decided how I'm gonna do that, put that in there. So I'm going through it quickly because I went through it slowly uh, before, and then this is going to be the next signature, and then this is going to flip down, and I'm going to put something there. And to be honest, I might put something that's double this size and have it like fold back in. I don't know yet. It just depends on what I decide to put here. So then we have it starting off here and there, and then this is going to be strong enough with the fabric. I know I'm going to collage over this whole thing because I don't know, I don't like the white pages. This can, if I put this in here, I'm gonna say if I put that in there, I might have to do the same thing with the fabric, but I think I'm just gonna use it as a collage. Yeah, see, because this is already tearing. I think I'm not gonna use the whole thing. So I'm gonna collage that on top of that, and I'll put something else on the bottom. So just so I remember, I'm gonna go ahead and like at least stick this down a little bit. I wanted to go all the way to the fold, so let me just stick some glue right here. So I'll remember. And again, I'll just probably squeeze some wet glue in there. Yeah. That's another thing I'll probably, just go back and do, like in between streaming, like stuff that I need to glue down, I'll go do that. And then I'll put something else on the bottom of here, and then so far this is as far as we've gotten with this one. And so what I'll probably do before I come back on stream is prep my other envelopes, cut them down how I want them to be cut down, and kind of narrow this stack of papers down that I have in front of me, and then be ready to go either with some collage tomorrow and or some jelly printing. And then I also plan to stream a little bit longer. So thank you guys for being here. Again, I'm Random Art on Twitch. If you like the content, you could give me a follow. At a later date, I'm going to move all of these art streams to an art channel on YouTube. I just haven't done it yet, but I do want to save, have it cataloged somewhere. That's one of the things I like streaming on Twitch, but like if you leave for a while, like I had to do because of medical reasons, you don't have a history of your work. So it's difficult to try to jump in back into a project if you don't have where you started. And some people like to see like the process from beginning to end. And while I'm not going to do everything on stream, I'm going to do most of the stuff on stream. And it's easier if you have a place where you can go back and see where we started. So that's why I've started streaming on YouTube. And like I said, at a later date, I'm gonna move all the art streams to another channel. I just haven't done it yet. Right now, I just felt it was more important for me to just start rather than trying to build a second channel, a second YouTube channel, but just to get started. So, like I said, thank you guys for being here. If I stream again later, hopefully I'll see you in the next one. If not, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Uh, I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to cover. Hopefully I've picked out everything that I'm gonna start with. So me moving through the the process will be a little bit easier because I'll just have what I know I'm gonna use on my desk. And then, like, if I do paints and stuff like that, I'm just gonna have that on my desk. Um, but thank you again. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one.